Hello everyone, my name is Siddesh and in this video we will learn the concept called nested classes. Many of the times most of the interviewers ask the question related to nested classes. So I would like to help you guys by explaining this concept called nested classes in this video. So please watch.
As it is clearly written, a nested class is a class within another class. As this is a basic definition, we will move into much details in coming slides. We will now go to the basic classification of the nested classes. A nested class is divided into two classes, inner class and static nested class. An inner class is also called as non-static nested class. How does a nested class look like? Here we will see the basic syntax of a nested class. It has two classes. One, the outer class, and second, the inner class. The inner class is embedded into the outer class. We'll know some reasons why and when to use nested classes. The first is that we can logically group the classes. If a class is useful to only one other class, in this case, the outer class is only useful to the inner class, then it is logical to embed it in that class and keep them together. Nesting such inner class makes that package more streamlined. The second objective of using the nested class is that it improves the encapsulation. Consider these two classes, inner class and outer class, where inner class needs access to the members of the outer class that would otherwise be declared private. By hiding inner class within outer class members can be declared private and inner class can access them. In addition, inner class itself can be hidden from the outside world. The third objective behind using the nested class is that it increases the readability of the code and helps in maintaining the code. Nesting small classes within such outer classes or top level classes places the code closer where it is used. So these are the basic uses of the nested classes, which helps us in understanding when and where to use nested classes. We will move further. The first category under the nested classes was the inner classes. Now we can see that the inner classes is further divided into three more classes, namely member classes, local classes and anonymous classes. We will look at each of them. We will basically look at their syntax. First is the member class or the inner class. It has a very simple and same syntax as nested class. We have class A, which contains a member class, that is class B. This is very simple to understand from this given example. The second is the local class. The local class is similar to that of the inner class. The only difference is that the inner class, here it is placed into the function. We have written a function called public void foo, which contains the inner class B. Here it would be called as local class. So the outer class A contains a method foo which holds the class B. That is a local class. Third one is the anonymous class. Here it is called anonymous class because the class does not contain any name. It does not have any name. So when to use this anonymous class? Whenever you want to override a method, you should use anonymous class. So we have declared here one class named as A, class A, which has one method declared into it. We have written it as foo. So we are writing one more class, that is class B, where we are creating the object A for class A, this obj, where at the same place we are instantiating and declaring or defining the anonymous class. Here we are again overwriting the foo method. So we are generating an anonymous class. And further we are calling the foo method of the class A, which will be overwritten by the foo method in the anonymous class. So these are the three classes, or the syntax for the three classes in the first category under inner classes. Now we will move to the second category, that is static nested classes. Static nested classes are similar to that of the inner classes. The only difference is that we write static keyword before the inner class. So the basic difference of the restriction in static classes is that the static classes can only access the static method of the outer class and not the other methods or the non-static methods. We will look at each and every class by giving the example in Java program. So let's see the examples. Here we will see the example for each of the classes, that is member class, local class and anonymous class. To begin with, we will start with the member class first. We will first create one text file, normal text file. We are not using any IDE so that everyone watching this video will understand it better. We are creating one text document. So we'll begin with our code. We are creating one outer class. We'll name the same outer class. Declare it. Create one more class. We'll name it as test. This class will hold the main method. That is what we declare in Java: public static void main inside string args. What we'll do, we will create one object of the outer class inside this main method. Outer class, we will name this object as obj for the simplicity. Now we are done with creating our object. Just one word is missing, that is new keyword. It's important, right? So moving into our outer class, what we are doing here is we'll create one inner class inside this. Just declare it. Now what we will see is we'll compile this code and watch the output, what class files it will generate. Simply go into address bar, type cmd, okay, type javac. Have we saved? No, we have not saved the program. First we need to save the program. Save as Java file. Save as test.java. Done. Open the command prompt, javac test.java. What's the error? Oh my god. Basic, simple error. Once again we'll compile this. Let's compile and we'll see what the class, how many class files and which class files have been generated. So here we can see that three class files have been generated. The first one is the test.class. Second is the outer class.class file, and third one is the outer class appended by a dollar and appended again by an inner class.class file. What does this tell us? That this inner class is inside the outer class. Dollar symbol separates the two classes and tells us that the inner class and outer class are together. To illustrate you so that you will understand it a little more, I will create one more inner class into this inner class. So we'll do this. In this inner class I will like to create one more inner class. We'll name it as simple as ABC. Just declare it, don't write anything. Save it, compile it, and see the result after compilation. See, one more class file has been generated, ABC, which is inside the inner class and which is further inside the outer class. And all these classes are been separated by a dollar symbol. So we'll now write a further code and we'll compile and run it. So this was just to show you how this inner class concept works or the syntax works. Now the motive to create the inner class is that it can access the private member of the outer class without creating the object. So we will declare one private member over here in the outer class. We'll say it as private int member, int a. We'll declare it as 5. So I would like to declare one more function over here. We'll call it as public void and name it as foo. Inside this method, what we'll do is we'll create the instance of the inner class. We'll name it as in, again for the simplicity. New, you can give any name, inner class. The instance is created successfully. Moving to the inner class again, I would like to create one more method in this inner class. We'll call it as show. It's a simple display method in which what I will write is write one system.out.println in which I will write that I am an inner class, and again I would like to declare one private member for this inner class, private int b, declare it as 6. Okay, then now we will use the private member of outer class inside the inner class without creating any instance. So here I was. We will perform an arithmetic operation for this. And we will show that we have used this private member inside the inner class without having used its object. So is anything remaining? We'll look at it. We have created an outer class. We have declared one private member of the outer class a and given a value 5. Now we have created one public void foo method inside which we have instantiated the inner class. Now call the show method in the inner class from the foo method. Now moving into the inner class, we are creating again a private member which we will use in this method, show method. In show method we have our out statement which says that I am in inner class and the result of this arithmetic operation is a into b. Now we'll move to the test class where we have declared our main method which contains outer object equals to new outer class. Right now here we need to call the foo method. So obj.foo. So we are done with our program. Save it. My control is compile it once again. Yes, it is successfully compiled. Now it will run it. And before running this, I would like to tell that the result should be I am an inner class and the a into b should be, that is 5 into 6 should be 30. So we will see this now. I'll hit enter. I am in inner class and a into b is 30. So we are successfully done with this example of inner class. Now I would I would like to move to the next example, that is of local class. So local class is similar to the inner class, that is the syntax is similar. The only difference is that this inner class which we have written in the outer class, we have to write the same inner class inside a method of the outer class. See, now I am using this inner class complete. I will cut it from here. I will include this inner class inside a method of the outer class. I will simply paste it, the complete class. I would like to do some indentation over here so that everyone understands it. So okay, everything else remains same. Only the inner class which was outside the foo method have been shifted inside the foo method. And again I would like to make some changes. We'll replace inner with local. Replace all. Okay. Okay, we are done with that. So the instance is also changed. Now the local class in equals to new local class. Everywhere I have changed the local class with the inner class because we are seeing the example of the local class. I would like to delete some class files which have been generated before for the previous example, so that after compiling this program we would have fresh class files. We will compile this code first. It is java test.java. It is compiled. We can see that new class files have been generated. The basic one which we have test.class, which includes the main method, then the outer class, and then the inner class. Something's going wrong, I think. We have created instance of the local class. This is the local class. We'll just check it by running the example. It says I am an inner class. What we'll do, we'll copy this code, Control C, we'll write into a new file. Now we will save it as test1.java. Yes, I would like to write here as test1. So test1, okay, it's done. Now we will compile this. Was test1, enter. Okay, it's compiled. Now we'll see the output over here. I think I should delete the first files which I have created so that it would be easy to understand. Again I'll compile it. Okay, see, now the test1.class, outer class.class file, and the local class which is up inside the outer class. Now we will run this code. Test1. I am in local class and a into b is 30. So we are done with this example. Now we'll move to the third class, that is anonymous class. We'll close this. I would like to delete all these class files so that further misunderstandings would get rid of some. Okay, what we'll do here, okay, I'll erase everything. We have one class that we'll call it as ABC. Just create it. Now again one class for the main method, that is test2. I'm writing it as test2 because we already have test and test1. So we'll declare our main method public static void main. Here we'll instantiate our ABC class. ABC obj equals to new ABC. Again I'm using obj as object name for simplicity. What I'll do is now I'll simply compile this code so that we will get to know what happens exactly. Before that, I would like to write a function into this class. We'll say it as public void show. A simple display method we'll write inside this class, which will contain the system.out statement, system.out.println. We'll say that I am in ABC class. Save it. Call this method from the main method. We have created the object show. Now we'll simply compile and run this program. It was Java C test2.java. Saying, oh, it is notepad file, we haven't saved it as. It's test2.java. Let's compile, we'll see what's the result. We have abc.class and we have test2.class. Here test2.class contains the main method and abc.class contains the show method. We will run this now. Java test2. And we made some mistake. Oh, we have forgot to read this. String args. Compile it once again. Run it once again. I am in ABC class. This is the expected result. I am in ABC class. So what's the use of anonymous class? We create anonymous class to override the method. We instantiate and define the anonymous class at the same place, that is at this place. Now we will write our method, override our show method in this code at this place. Here we are defining our anonymous class. We call it as anonymous class because it does not have any name. So we will override this method. We will say it as public void show and I would like to write this statement again, system.out.println, inside which I would like to say I am in anonymous class. I'll save it. Just have a look. We have class ABC in which I have a method show which says I am in ABC class. We have a second class test2 which have main method Here we create the object of the ABC class, and we here create an anonymous class where we define here itself, where we override the show method which we had already declared into the ABC class. Here I am changing the statement in the show method, that is, I am changing the string into I am in anonymous class, where it was before I am in ABC class. Now simply we'll run this code and I'll show you the output of this. Java C test2.java. It's compiled. Now we will run this. It says that I am in anonymous class. So we have successfully done all the three examples. We have seen all the three examples, and I hope that all the three examples are pretty much clear.
This was all about nested classes. If you have any doubts or queries regarding this concept, please post them in the comments below. If you think that this video was useful, then please put a like on this video and do subscribe my channel for my previous and upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.